What's up guys, Ronan here with another Lords of the Fallen video. And today I have you guys a GRANDAXE build. Dual wielding of course. It was really hard. I've been honestly trying all day to find a good GRANDAXE build. I think I found a really good one. Honestly, most of the time GRANDAXEs just feel like weaker grand swords or hammers, but and they basically have the same moveset as the hammers, but they're weaker than most hammer builds. But if you like GRANDAXEs, here you go. This is the best one I've come up with so far. So we have the Executioner's Axes dual wielding, and I believe we have all Ixen runes in them for physical damage. This is a Radiance build, but we only have enough Radiance to use bleed. Well, lacerating weapon, and the reason I'm using this is not necessarily for the bleed, because I don't think you're going to be getting many bleed procs. It's the fact that lacerating weapon gives you more physical damage. This is a physical damage build. Pretty much pure physical damage. We're using the Radiance Purifier Catalyst and Radiant Weapon. That's why we have lacerating weapon. And whatever other spells you want. This is pretty good too. It doesn't last that long because your mana bar is small, but it lasts long enough to kill most bosses. Let's see, and we're using the veteran armor because it's really light for its defense. I believe the arms, chest, and helmet are all like best in slot for weight versus defense ratio, I believe. The legs are a little on the heavy side. Using the Warrior's Claw, and we're using the dual Grayson's Ring. And if you don't have dual Grayson's Rings, you can use Melchior's Ring. Alright, and another good axes I've tried out that are almost on par are the Toll. The Toll is really good. They're a little heavier, but you can dual wield the Toll, or if you only, if you're on your first playthrough or whatever, you can just do an Executioner's Axe and a Toll. But Toll is similar damage. I think they do slightly less damage. Also, your build needs to be slightly different since they scale evenly. You kind of need like 50-50 on your strength and agility. But for these, you go 56-44 like I have it right here. So yeah, guys, and if you're using Tolls, like I said, they're a little heavier, so you want to switch to the Herald of the Maw leggings. They look really good with the veteran set, especially if you pick dark colors. They're a little bit lighter to make up for the weight of the Toll. Alright, so we're just under heavy for our weight. For level 125, 56 strength, 44 agility, 42 vitality, and 18 radiance. You see our defenses are pretty good. So yeah, all our elementals over 500 and our physical defense is over 1100. Not bad considering we only have 9 endurance. Alright, well, let's beat up on some bosses. Beat up on our favorite punching bag, Tancred. Now I managed to do these axes. I think these axes do slightly more damage than my dual grand sword build of the same with bleed weapon. The two, I think these do a little bit more damage, not much. And he's down. I don't know why I didn't do the special attack on that second hit. It just did the normal heavy attack for some reason. But yeah. See guys, these do pretty good damage. Physical weapons and builds do a ton of riposte damage versus elemental weapons, which do not do a lot of riposte damage. And there you go, my defense buff lasted pretty much that entire fight. Didn't really need it in the second form of Tancred, but alright, let's try a different boss. Let's try Holy is really good against, you know, the in-game bosses. So let's try Sundered Monarch. We'll try to come up with some more unique builds, like maybe like poise break builds and stuff. But usually I just go for pure damage because that seems to most of the time get rid of the bosses the quickest. Some of the gimmicky builds can be good and fun, but messing up my buttons here. Alright, let's put our buffs on. Let's do special attack. Good start. Got me. He is spamming that attack a lot. That is his worst attack to do. And we got him though. So yeah, when your buffs run out, guys, this build does a lot of damage. Of course, I still have my buff, which is good. It just wore off. And especially as tanky as this guy is, I say if you kill him before your buff runs out, you're doing pretty good. So yeah. You can kill your boss before your buffs run out. Let's try a... Let's try Elaine. She can be a little annoying with slower weapons. Probably should have put the Eye of Losh on so I can just power attack through some of her stuff. But yeah, I think I have it on actually. Oh. Laggy. And bam. Killed her pretty quick. Damn. Wow. I want to say the special attack for the axes is maybe a little quicker than the hammers and the greatsword. Definitely quicker than the greatsword. Or grand sword, excuse me. But yeah, guys, that was pretty easy. Alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed this GRANDAXE, sorry, build. And I'll see you in the next one.